Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Marquette, and today I have a video for you on the DOM. I'm going to talk to you about what the DOM is, why that's important to you as a web developer, and then I have this Apple website open because we're going to hack the Apple website. We're not seriously gonna hack it. We're not, gonna break any laws or anything, but we're gonna make changes to it by manipulating the DOM. So the DOM it stands for Document Object Model. It's an interface for HTML documents that allows programming languages such as JavaScript to interact with the page by representing the page as nodes and objects. Essentially, what that means is that your browser is going to take a copy of your HTML code, it's going to make a copy of that, and you're going to be able to make changes to that copy, and that's going to allow you to dynamically make changes to your page and things of that nature. So yeah, like I said, it's an object-oriented representation of your page, and the HTML is parsed by your browser and then turned into the DOM. So we're gonna access the DOM here. We're just gonna go ahead and go to our dev tools and open that up. And in order to access the DOM when you're writing your code, you just type in document, and that's gonna return this object. It's gonna return everything here. It's gonna return this HTML here. You're gonna see this HTML class. If I highlight over it, you're gonna see, hey, this is a HTML page. We look here, we have the header, which we're not going to see on the page. But we look here, we have the body is highlighted. If we click, we can see specific parts of the page and what's represented there. So this is all of the HTML and CSS as interpreted by our browser. So when we want to go manipulate it, so when we want to make changes to the DOM, historically for JavaScript developers, there's a library called Jquery. It's a really good library. It was really popular. It's still fairly popular, but JavaScript frameworks have kind of taken over the job that Jquery did. What Jquery was used for the most part was because of the strength of its DOM manipulation and also how concise it was with its coding syntax. It was a little bit easier to understand and easier to make changes to the DOM because of that. As React, I'm sorry, not as React, as JavaScript has evolved over the years and changes have been made, it's a lot easier to make these changes using vanilla JavaScript. And while jQuery is still good and there's still a lot of jobs out there hiring for developers coding in jQuery, I personally don't code using jQuery much. I normally code using vanilla JavaScript just because it works better. It works with these JavaScript frameworks. You can't really use React and Vue and use jQuery at the same time. Um, it causes conflicts. It's not going to be a good time. So because of that, I focus most of my time in learning JavaScript and learning the fundamentals of JavaScript and getting better with vanilla JavaScript so that I would have a better time when working with JavaScript frameworks. So today we're gonna go over here to this page. I have two of the new MacBook Pros up, the 15-inch. It would be great if I could buy a new one, but at the price tag of $2,800, it's not cheap at all. So today I'm going to show you how to hack this Apple website, how to change the content on this page, and I'm going to, make the laptop at a price that I like. I'm going to put it right there in my budget. So, like I stated earlier, in order to manipulate the DOM, you have to use document, and that's going to give you access to the DOM. So once you put document, there's a lot of different things you can do to manipulate this here, and we're going to use a method called query selector. So there's query selector and there's get elements by ID or get elements by class names. Um, I honestly like to use get elements by class names most of the time when I'm writing my code. It just felt more comfortable for me and more natural to use that. But I have recognized when working with other developers that query selector seems to be a little more popular, so I'm going to demonstrate with that today. So you call the query selector method on the document on DOM, and then you need to I'm going a little too fast here. We actually need to figure out how do we access this node here, right? So the browser takes the HTML, it turns everything into a node that's able to be accessed. That can get a lot more in depth, but I feel like if that's something you want to get into, I can do that in a later video. Maybe I can find something to kind of represent that and put it inside of the description. But essentially, we need to just find out how do I access this number here to knock some couple couple zeros off. So if you come over here and I selected this inspector element here, um, use this to inspect parts of the page, and I see that this is a span tag, and when I click on it, if I can get this to move over some. Yeah, so I see that it's a span and that the price is here. And I see that as price current price is the class name. So I'm actually going to take this class and I'm going to change the name to price, right? Actually, keep it easy. I'm going to change the name to quet. I'm just going to put it as my name. There we go. There's no way that that's going to be a class that's being used on the page. So we have our class. We're going to head back over to our console. We're going to call on the DOM by using a document. We're going to run query selector. And here in query selector, once we call this method, in order to access this price here, we're going to have to put that class name in. And this is, if you're familiar with CSS, going to be pretty similar to that. You're going to put a dot and you're going to put the class name, and this is going to call on this element. So we're accessing the DOM, we're running the query selector method on it. So we're selecting that element, and now we want to use another method here called inner text. And what inner text is going to allow us to do is actually change this text to something else, and so we have to give that a value. So we're going to start a string here. We're going to set that value to $1. And here we should have this MacBook be discounted to $1. And there we go. So now this MacBook is actually in my budget price range I'm looking for. It's a lot better than paying $2,800. So yeah, now we've manipulated the DOM. We've successfully hacked Apple's website, and I'm gonna buy this MacBook for $1. Now we can't seriously do that because Apple, it's not that easy to actually hack the website. There's a lot of servers and other technology involved. But on our screen now, we have it at $1, and this is very helpful because if you're building a website, you have things changing dynamically. You have you know, but you might have like I don't know, you might be saying, this many people have visited my website today. You have a ticker, so you want the ticker to go up or down or something of that nature. Just anything that's going to be changing dynamically on the page, and by dynamically I mean that's going to be changing. You're not going to manually enter that into your code. Your code just knows, say, when something happens, change this part of the page. You want to manipulate DOM. So that's what we've done today. And this video, as I've stated in some of my other videos, is part of a series. So I'm going to tie this all together in about 2 videos from now. I'm going to tie this together. I'm going to tie in DOM manipulation. My next video is going to be on event listeners, which is another pretty essential part to DOM manipulation. So well, yeah, that's it for now. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. Um, if you enjoyed this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, like the video. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave a comment. You can reach out to me as well on my Twitter. I'm there, and I'll answer any questions or comments that you have. So, all right, thanks for watching.